All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Then on some of my bishops, apostles, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who have taught me this truth. Shalom, salutations to the brothers out there pushing the word of sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth, delivering the message to the elect out there to run the race of salvation. Shalom to the elect of Harbakarian, which consists of the men, women, and children that have the truth to say faith Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Looking to earn their wings of salvation, to flee the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble, and ultimately to flee those nuclear missions by the way of chariots, the chariots of Israel. And Brother Amoff out of the DC Church coming at you with a video. It's my second time doing it because I just realized there was a few scriptures I left out, and it was pertaining to basically hearkening unto your sentence, and to where this judgment that's cast out, or this correction that's cast out, and individuals don't want to listen, they don't want to suffer, they don't want to, because it seems shameful, and you feel less of a man if you listen to another man about your lifestyle and things of that nature. But the whole point of the matter is that you have individuals that's doing this in sincerity and truth, watching for your souls. But I'm gonna just start off because this is the verse that I told myself that to listen to myself more, because whenever I don't listen to myself, eventually the spirit will have it to jump on another brother or individual to tell me, to basically, to remind me of like what to work on, and then to stay on it and be persistent, and not letting up. It's like, just like I think about wrestling, it's like, when you got a good competitor, and you don't want to let that man up. Once you get him down, he stays down. Don't let that man, unless you want to let him get up just so you can think that he's winning, to take him down again, just to wear him out. So so it's easier to control. All right, but this is Deuteronomy 17 verse. I'm gonna start at 8. It says, if there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates, then thou shalt arise and get thee up into the place which the Lord thy power shall choose, and thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall show thee the sentence of judgment, and thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which the Lord shall choose shall show thee, and thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee. And that's the thing in this truth, man. Some people just don't want to listen, and that's unfortunate. And to where you could, what the scriptures talk about, he shall become headstrong. I'm gonna get it real quick after I finish this. I think I butchered it a little. It says, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall show thee, to the right hand nor to the left. And the men that will do presumptuously will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy power, or unto the judge, even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel. And all the people shall hearken in fear, and do no more presumptuously. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power give thee, thou shalt possess it, and thou shalt dwell therein. Thou shalt say, I will set. But yeah, that's the whole point, is to hearken unto that sentence. Whatever judgment is going out, and they tell you, the men that's over you tell you to do something, is extremely wise to do it. There's a scripture I was just thought about. You basically, if you hearken unto those words of Yahushua, you shall be considered as a wise man. But I wanted to get this. Hold on, let me just grab that because I thought of it. Let me not rush too much, because that's how I kind of messed up the last video. Try to just get it done before I go to work, because if I don't do it now, and then when I go to work, I'll forget, and things, it's not the same heat or intensity. What is it? If you do these things, you should be considered a wise man. Bible. But this is Hebrews 13 verse. My bad. Give me 1 second. Nope. This is Hebrews 13. All right, I'm going to start at 15. It says, by him, therefore, let us, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to the Most High continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to him, to his name, but to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifice the Most High is well pleased. Observe them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, right? Because you got to have a report of what's going on with that man, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. So if you're not listening, you're not watching men over you and such and things of that nature. I mean, you're not watching men under you and men over you. It's not profitable, because you could, even though to fully understand something, you have to go through it, but you can always learn from someone's misfortunes. Okay, so that's why you have case studies and things of that nature, and people that what is that called? Not financial advisors, but you have people that study, like they have case studies, like if you're a salesman and you see you have a bunch of case studies as far as what was said during that case, and the prices and the things, and all of the contract, that the list of whatever's in that contract, you have a case study, what was said, when it was said, the things, and you constantly want to go over that, and so you have data. So that's one thing that Esau's heavy into, is that data, so he could get ahead and predict certain things before things even happen. Because there's so much data that he has, and so many trials and he's been through, that that data will get ahead and let you know before things happen. It says, pray for us, for we trust we have a good conscience in all things, willing to live honestly. And this, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you have individuals that's doing this work honestly and sincerity and truth, willing to trying to save your soul, but only you could be the one that could overcome your bad habits and things of that nature, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, first and foremost. Because us and these fleshly bodies were only capable to do certain things. So that's why when Paul has said, when I'm weak, I'm strong, you're stronger than Yahweh Shai, in the belief that he could give you the power to overcome. All right, what was that, 7 and 24? And then also I wanted to talk about the healing, and that's what made me wanted to do the video again, because in this truth, man, knowledge puffeth up. So when you're getting puffed up, you're growing up, but you haven't, certain things you haven't addressed, to where now you're a plant growing crookedly versus a plant where it's supposed to be going straight up. And so you can produce, when you produce your fruit, you're not leaning to one side, So that's why you have the Akim and the elders and the Shariam and the Akim to help, balance out life, because a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. Okay, 7 and 24. This is Matthew 7, verse 24. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man that built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it. And you see a lot of dudes, they be in here, they know, knowledge puffeth up, and great was the fall of them, man. But the thing about this truth, man, is to constantly endure and to listen to those words that these men speak. And then a lot of people can't see the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai within these men. Dang it. There we go. This is John 15, verse 20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. They have kept, if they keep my saying, they will keep yours also. And that's the thing, man. You got to understand that the men that's over us have kept the saying of Yahweh Shai. So they're keeping the same, the ones that's telling the ones that's under them, they're going to keep the same. At least if you're a man of the Lord, you will want to keep the same so you could be considered as a wise man. I'm not sure if I already read that part. Oh, that was in 7, my bad. 7:24. Dang. Yeah, Lord's will, that, but I just kind of wanted to grab these points because once again, when you find the Akim, you find yourself, right? And then one of the things is that some individuals, when you come into this truth and you're not shutting off that man day by day, is that like you not receiving correction, or you wanting to buck up, or you wanting to feel less of a man about certain situations, that you will not grow in the proper form. Okay, so that's why people are crept in unaware, because or they just don't have the proper garment attire. They're not listening to the drill instructor to get ahead and suit up in a proper fashion. And that's why it's good. It's Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Elohayanahu Yahweh Echad. Hail Israel, the Most High is one. And the first thing is the hair. You got to listen to this, and that's how you increase your faith. Increase your faith by hearing and doing. And these things work together. It says works without faith is dead. So the more you work, the more your faith is built, the more you believe, and you can see that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is real. And as long as you stick to your spiritual armory and defensory, that Lord will, you'll be all right. This is Jeremiah. I'll just start at 16. It says, therefore, all that devoured thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they shall spoil thee. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. But this is the point. It says, I will restore health unto thee. I will heal thee from thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, who no man seeketh after. But the point is that he will send healing, and healing comes from where, man? It comes from above, man, through the Akim, the elders, the bishops, the Sharyim, but you got to be willing to receive it, because the thing about it is that the desire of the heart should be one to heal. Because technically, bro, we're all suffering. It says, with much knowledge is much grief. Hey, we're all grieving. We all have some type of grief. We all need some type of healing or some type of relief, period. Due to the fact that, like, we're in captivity and we're suffering, man. Whether, whether you had relations with the wrong woman, now you got a kid by her, or maybe you made a bad financial move and now you knee deep in the hole. There's so many scenarios that I could bring up, but the whole point of the matter is what you're going through is needed. So it's preparation for you to be a better Israelite, so you can be a better soldier, be a better king, because that's what we're getting ready to step into. What was I going to get? 33 and 6. Let me just grab this before I grab that other one. I just thought about something. 33 and 6. This is Jeremiah 33 and verse 6. It says, behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them and reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And that's the point, man. To bring truth. If you telling somebody the wrong stuff, man, to heal themselves, they will hate you. But a wise man will be corrected and will love thee. Roughly paraphrasing in Proverbs. I wanted to see if I could get this in Ecclesiasticus 10, I think it's 8. One kingdom is translated to another. Yeah. This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 10 and 6. It says, bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all with it. Do nothing at all by injustice practices. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't think it was going to say that. because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Why is earth in ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. And that's the thing about it is what we being translated. So we're being renewed day by day, that inward man, so we could become better leaders. Because the influx is definitely coming, and you're gonna have people you're gonna have the good and the bad. And that's what comes with this truth, man. But we're gonna have more bad than good, and that part sucks. But the thing about it is, the whole point of this video is to listen to the Akim, because they come with healing and instructions, and you'll be honored. You'll be an honorable person because you listen and you hearken, and you'll be considered as a wise man. A wise means to see. And then also another word for wise is a skill. Because you can see certain things and then put it together with in your with your hands. You see it in your mind, you can put it with your hands, and that takes a skill. And one of the videos I'm thinking about with the beautiful brother Kalaba, he had said everything's is an art. It's an art form. And then with this truth, man, you have the word, the art form of words. Some individuals is pretty good with the art form, with the words and things of that nature. But hey, the thing about it is, this truth is about suffering. I think I already brought that out. To fully understand Yahweh Shai, you gotta suffer. Suffering wrongfully, suffering period. Because we're in captivity. You're not suffering. You're not really. There's something that you're not doing right, or you just something you're not paying attention to. I can't say you cannot do nothing right, but the thing about it is, it's like you're gonna suffer in this thing, man. But it's all a preparation of the mind for you to become better leaders, kings, and better servants of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. With that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Kakadash, Shabbanos, my apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations, brothers out there pushing the words of sincerity, truth, and shalom to the elect out there. Shalom.